சார் லைவ் தான் பார்த்துட்டு இருக்கேன், வர மாட்டேங்குது.
லைவ் ஷேர் ஆயிட்டு இருக்கு. கூகுள் டிரைவ்ல ஓபன் பண்ணி வச்சிருக்கீங்க.
க்ளோஸ் பண்ணிட்டேன். ஓகே சார். சார் இல்லை சார், என்னால் யூடியூப் இது பண்ண முடியலங்க. யூடியூப்
லைவ் ஸ்டார்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு. லிங்க் மாத்திர போறாங்க. ரெண்டு லிங்க் ஓபன் பண்ணிருக்காங்க.
ஸ்ட்ரீம் லேப் அந்த இது ஸ்டார்ட் ஆயிடுச்சு, பட் யூடியூப்ல என்னால் இது பண்ண முடியல, எனேபிள் ஆகல. It is not receiving enough video to maintain smooth stream.
It's not an issue. Network தான்.
Network issues. அது ஒன்றும் பிரச்சனை இல்லையா? ஓகே. Hello. Good evening, everyone. Am I audible? Yes, good evening, Maheshwari, good evening, Gupta, good evening. Yes, good evening, everyone. Krishna, good evening. Akash, good evening. Am I audible to everyone? Yes, Gangi Reddy, good evening. Yami, Monisha, yes, good evening, everybody. Yes, good evening. Am I audible to everyone? Please respond. Am I audible to everyone? Sai Ganesh, good evening. Durga, good evening. Am I audible to everyone? Yes. So, yesterday, what we saw yesterday? Please come up with what we saw yesterday. What we saw yesterday, I was just discussing with you about Python, right? So, what are all the different things I discussed with you about Python? Please respond. I want this to be an interactive session. So, what are all the different things I discussed with you about Python? What are all the different things I discussed with you about Python? So, yesterday I was just discussing with you about tuple, right? So, what is a tuple? What is a tuple? Please respond. What is a tuple? What is a tuple? Please respond. Yes, tuples. Yes, classes, objects, tuples. Yes, what do you mean by a tuple? What do you mean by a tuple? Yes, it contains a collection of different types of elements. They are enclosed within simple brackets. So, this is what is called as a tuple. Yes. Yes, I was discussing with you about classes, tuples. Yes, so list is mutable whereas a tuple is immutable. So all these are the different types of things I was discussing with you. And then we saw about classes and objects. So what do you mean by classes and objects? So did you try? So whatever I discussed yesterday, did you try? So if you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning. You can just register for data science internship program. So this is the coupon code, welcome DSE. So if you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning and you can just register for data science internship program. Yes, lists are mutable whereas tuples are immutable. Yes, correct. So all these are the different things I was discussing with you. So today, what do you mean by a class and object? Yesterday I was just discussing with you about classes and objects, right? So what do you mean by a class? Yes, class is an entity. Yes, a template or an entity. So what do you mean by a class and what do you mean by an object? Yes, a class is nothing but a template or an entity. Yes, a standalone unit is called as a class. And many instances of that class can be created. They are called as objects. So is that clear? What do you mean by a class and what do you mean by an object? And what is inheritance concept? Yesterday I was just discussing with you about inheritance, right? So what do you mean by inheritance? So anybody can tell me. So have you tried any program yesterday? So whatever I am discussing yesterday, have you tried anything? If you have any doubts, you can just ask me or you can post your queries in the WhatsApp group so that I will reply. Class means entity. Yes, a standalone unit or an entity, it is called as a class. And what do you mean by inheritance? Yes, it is a blueprint, a template or an entity. A standalone unit is called as a class. And then what are all the other things I was discussing yesterday? Parent class. Whenever a child class inherits from a parent class, then this concept is called as inheritance. Is that clear? So what do you mean by inheritance concept? Whenever a child class inherits the properties of a parent class, then this concept is called as inheritance concept. Yes. So I was just discussing with you about inheritance. So if you are going to attend this master class for 30 days, you will just become a mastery in data science, and you'll be getting, so what are all the different projects I am going to discuss about, what are all the different concepts. So if you attend this for 30 days, you will be getting a free webinar certificate. And if you like, you can go to pantechelearning and you can just register for data science internship program. So this is the pantechelearning site. So if you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning and you can just register for data science internship program. So this is the internship fees and this is the coupon code. Welcome DSC. Is that clear? So till this part. So today I am just going to continue with the Pandas library. Alright. So if you want to mark the attendance, so you can just go to this. So during the live class, the organizer will post the Google form link. Yes, I'll go a bit slow. So it will be posted in the live chat. So you can just mark your attendance there. So during the live sessions, the organizer will post the Google form link in the live chat. So the participants should submit the form on daily basis. Alright. So how to mark the attendance? Someone asked me, right, how to mark the attendance. So the Google form link will be provided in the live chat and the participants should submit the form on daily basis. Is that clear? A class is a template. Yes, correct. So advantage of internship. So once you finish internship, Amit Kumar, so you will be getting an idea of how the projects are developed, the IPYNB files, the recorded videos, more hands-on experience and classroom instructions will be given. So that is the main advantage of attending the internship program. Alright? Yeah, I'll speak a bit slower, Ashwini. Yeah. So if you attend the internship program, so you'll be getting more hands-on experience and classroom instructions will be given. So you'll be getting access to the IPYNB files, how the codes are being developed, more hands-on experience and classroom instructions will be given. So that is the main advantage of going for an internship. Internship is a paid one, Ranjani. Alright. So you please watch, Sandhya. So at any time they'll just post the attendance link. So you can just mark your attendance on a daily basis. Alright. Alright then. So with this I am just starting. So today I am just going to start with, that is Pandas library, the first important library. So as I told you, right, so we are just going to cover the important concepts in data science. So what is the use of Pandas library? So how we are going to collect the data and how we are going to analyze the data. As I told you, right, so from my first day I was just discussing. So what do you mean by data science? So it is nothing but scientific study of data. So we are going to employ various algorithms, various techniques in order to understand the data from various perspectives, and we are going to make some important predictions. So this is what is called as data science. Alright. So what do you mean by data science? Yes, I'll speak a bit slow. So it is nothing but the scientific study of data. So Pandas is one important open source library. So whenever you download Anaconda Navigator Jupyter Notebook, so Pandas, Numpy, Matplotlib, all these libraries comes along with this. So what is the main use of Pandas library? So it contains some important data structures. So what do you mean by data structure? How we are going to organize the data? So it contains some efficient data structure and data analytic tools. So how we are going to analyze the data? So first I am just going to collect my data. So what do you mean by data science? So if I want to analyze the data, if I want to make some important predictions about the data, so first I need to collect the data from various sources. So how I am going to collect? So I have to organize my data. So what is the use of Pandas library? So whatever the data required for my development, so all the data is stored in the form of a tabular form, that is data frames. So technically they are called as data frames. So they are stored in the form of rows and columns. For doing any kind of data science development, how I am going to collect the data? So the data is stored in a tabular form, that is data frames. The tabular data structure, they are called as data frames, and it is called as a CSV file, that is comma separated value files. Is that clear? So Pandas library, how I am going to read my data, my input data. So Pandas is a very important library. So once you have Anaconda Navigator Jupyter notebook, so Pandas library comes along with this. Am I making sense? So whenever you download Anaconda Navigator, Jupyter notebook is Anaconda Navigator is a distribution. So Jupyter notebook comes along with this, and Pandas, Numpy, Matplotlib. So all these are available libraries that are available in the Jupyter notebook. What is the use of Pandas library? So whenever I want to read my input data, so it contains a read CSV module. So how I am going to collect my data? So it contains some important functions. So Pandas is a very important library for doing any kind of data manipulation task. For example, I have to collect my data, or if I want to create some data frames. So how the data is being organized? They are organized in a tabular form, that is data frames, rows and columns. So whenever I want to create any data frame, any kind of data structure, I have to go for this important library called the Pandas library that is available. Is that clear? So how to install Pandas library? So pip is the package installer. So if I want to install any module or any library, pip is the package installer. Using pip command, I have to install the corresponding module or library. So how you have to install a corresponding module or library? So this is my Jupyter notebook home screen. So here I have the home screen. So what I am trying to do here I have various options right in my Anaconda Navigator: home, environments, learning, and then community. So if I go to environments, so there is a base root terminal that is available. So once I click this right arrow, I can go for open terminal. So my command prompt will be open here. So in order to install any module or library, pip is the package installer. So pip install I have to give as Pandas. So I have to give the corresponding module or library. As I told you right, Anaconda Navigator is an open source distribution. So Jupyter notebook comes along with this. So once I have Anaconda Navigator Jupyter notebook, Pandas, Numpy, Matplotlib, all these libraries comes along with this. Otherwise, pip is the corresponding package installer. So pip space install space Pandas. So I have to give the corresponding module or library name. So pip is the corresponding package installer in order to install any module or library. Is that clear? How to install a corresponding module or library? So if I want to install any modules, so in order to use any modules, first I have to install the corresponding library or module. So pip is the corresponding package installer. Is that clear? Yes, I'll go a bit slow. So till this part, whatever I am explaining, is this clear to everybody? Pandas meaning it is the name of the library breaker. So Pandas is the name of the library. For doing any kind of data science development, I require Pandas library. Is that clear? So it is the name of the library, and we have three important data structures that are available in Pandas. The first one is a series data structure. The second one is a data frame data structure. And the third one is a panel. So I have three important data structures that are available in Pandas library. So what are the three important data structures that are available in Pandas? The first one is a series data structure. The second one is a data frame. So how the data is being organized. The first one is a series data structure. The second one is a data frame. And the third one is a panel. So these three are the different types of data structures that are available in the Pandas library. So what do you mean by data structure? So as I told you, right, what I'm going to do in all these kind of data science, artificial intelligence or machine learning. So I'm going to collect my data and I'm going to analyze the data from various perspectives. So what do you mean by data science? It is nothing but the scientific study of data. So I'm going to employ some scientific algorithms in order to study the data from various perspectives. So I have to understand the data and I'm going to make some important predictions. Is that clear? So what are the different data structures that are available in this Pandas library? So I have three important data structure. The first one is a series. The second one is a data frame. And the third one is a panel. So these three are the important data structures that are available in the Pandas library. Is that clear? So what do you mean by a series data structure? So anybody can tell me what do you mean by a series? Anybody can tell me what do you mean by a series? Which one you want me to repeat, Akila? Anybody can tell me what do you mean by a series? So from the name you can just understand. So what do you mean by a series? It is nothing but a collection of similar group of elements. It is a one-dimensional data structure. So what do you mean by an array? So it is like an array. So what do you mean by an array? It is nothing but a collection of similar group of elements. Similarly, what do you mean by a series? It is nothing but a collection of similar group of elements. It is similar to one-dimensional array. So what is the main difference between a series and a data frame? A data frame is two-dimensional. For doing any kind of predictive analytics, data frame is the most popularly used data structure. Series is less popularly used data structure. So what do you mean by a series? It is nothing but a collection of similar group of elements. The size of a series cannot be changed and the value of the data inside a series can be changed. So all these are the important things you should remember about a series. Yes, everybody is correct. Sunil Kumar, homogeneous group of elements. Yes. So is that clear? Collection of similar type of elements. So you can compare the series to that of an array, a sequence. Yes, everybody is correct. Yes. So it is nothing but a collection of similar type of elements. And what do you mean by a data frame? So all these are different types of data structures that are available in the Pandas library. So what do you mean by a data structure? So how I'm going to organize my data? So whenever I have any input data, I have to organize my data in a specific structure. So only ordered data can be analyzed and I'm going to make some important predictions. Is that clear? So I need some specific ordering of elements in my data frame. So data frame is nothing but a collection of different types of elements, heterogeneous collection of data elements. The size of a table can be changed. So for doing any kind of predictive analytics, data frame is the popularly used data structure. So what do you mean by a data frame? It is nothing but a collection of different types of data elements, heterogeneous collection of data elements. Is that clear? And third type of data structure is panel. So we have different types of data structure. So how I am going to organize my data? So whenever I am going to make any type of predictions, so how I am going to organize my data? The first one is a series, the second one is a data frame, and the third one is a panel. So what is the main difference between a data frame and a panel? A panel is a three-dimensional data structure, whereas a data frame is a two-dimensional data structure. So panel is a less frequently used data structure. Is that clear? So what are the important things you should remember about a panel? It is a heterogeneous collection of data elements. A series is a homogeneous, that is collection of similar type of elements, whereas a panel and a data frame, it is a collection of different types of elements, heterogeneous data collection. So panel and data frames are heterogeneous collection of data elements. And size of a panel can be changed and data inside a panel can be changed. So you are clear with the data structures. What are the three important data structures that are available? So firstly, I told you, right, I am just going to discuss with you about the first important data structure that is available in Pandas. That is the series data structure. So for example, if I want to store a set of numbers, so whatever may be the predictive task I have in hand. So as I told you, right, what do you mean by data science? So in whichever industry you go, for example, in banking sector, financial industry, a huge volume of data, every day a huge amount of transactions are happening. So I have to analyze the customer data. So what type of customers, so how many they are depositing and how many they are withdrawing. So I want to store in the form of a series. So for example, I want to store the employee names in a series. So I have to analyze the data. So what type of data I have in hand. So how I'm going to structure or organize my data. As I told you, right, for analyzing my data, the most popularly used data structure is data frame. For example, I want to analyze the student records. In an educational institution, I want to analyze the student records. I want to analyze the performance of various students, whether he is a bright student or whether he is a dull student. So it contains various fields like the roll number of students, the name of the student, the department, so in which semester he is in, how much marks he has secured. So I have to analyze. Am I making sense? So everything is stored in a tabular form. The tabular data structure is called as a data frame. Is that clear? So series is nothing but a collection of similar type of elements. For example, how I am creating a series. So using the Pandas object. So whichever functionalities of Pandas I want to use, using the Pandas object, that is the alias name, using dot operator, I am just calling the corresponding data structure. So I am just calling the series data structure. So I have to pass my input data. So whatever is the type of data. So I can pass a group of numbers, or I can pass an array as an input, or I can give a list as an input to my series, and I have to specify the corresponding index, the data type, and then copy. So is that clear? So what are the different types of elements that can be given as an input to my series? So as I was telling you, right, a series is nothing but a collection of similar group of elements. It can be a collection of strings, it can be a collection of integers, or it can be a collection of floating point numbers. So what are the different types of elements that can be given as an input to my series? An array can be given as an input to my series. A dictionary value, a key value pair can be given as an input to my series. A scalar value, a constant, can be given as an input to my series. So all these are the different types of elements, different types of inputs that can be given as an input to my series. Is that clear? So what I am trying to do here, so in order to use any library, if I want to use Pandas, or if I want to use Numpy, or if I want to use Matplotlib, so whichever library I want to use, so first I have to import the corresponding library. So I am just importing Pandas as PD. So PD dot series of. So I am just creating a series data structure. So whichever data structure I want to create, using dot operator, I am just calling a series data structure. It is stored in the variable called S. So I am just printing this empty series at the output. Am I making sense? So what are the different types of data structure and what are the different types of inputs that can be given as an input to my series? So if I want to use any library, so if I want to use Pandas, or if I want to use, so I'll be discussing with you about various types of libraries that are available. So if I want to use Pandas library, so what is the first step I have to do? First, I need to import the corresponding library. So I am just importing Pandas as PD. Then using the Pandas object, that is the alias name, PD dot, whichever data structure I want to call. For example, I want to create a series, or if I want to create a data frame. So whichever data structure I want to create, using dot operator, I am just calling a series data structure. I am just printing the series at the output. So is that clear? what are all the different types of data structures that are available. And what are all the different types of elements. The firstly, I have just created an empty series and I can pass an array as an input to my series. So I can pass different types of inputs as input to my series and a series can be created. So this is one more example. So firstly, in order to do any kind of Python coding, so what I have to do here, I have to import the corresponding library. So I am just importing Pandas as PD and then I am importing Numpy as NP. Then using the Numpy object, that is the alias name np.arrayof. So whichever inbuilt function I have to call using dot operator, I am just calling an array. Within simple bracket and square bracket, I am storing some 4 elements inside my array. They are being separated by comma. They are being enclosed within single quotes. It is stored in the variable called data. And pd.series. So whichever data structure I want to create. So if I want to create a series or if I want to create a data frame. So whichever data structure I want to create, using dot operator, I am just calling a series data structure and I am passing this data as an input to my series. So I am just creating an array as an input and this array data is passed as an input to my series. It is stored in the variable called s and I am just printing this at the output. So is that clear? So whichever inbuilt functionalities of Pandas I want to use, using the Pandas object, that is the alias name pd dot, I have to call the corresponding data structure. So if I want to create a series or if I want to create a data frame, so whichever data structure I want to create, so I have to call the corresponding data structure. And then I am passing this data as an input to my series. And I am printing this at the output. So let me just show this in Jupyter, what I am trying to do here. So what I am trying to do here, 1 minute. So what I am trying to do here, firstly I have to import the corresponding library. So if I want to use Pandas, so what is the first step I have to do? So I have to import the corresponding library. I am just importing Pandas as PD. Then using the Pandas object, that is the alias name, I am just creating an empty series and I am just printing this at the output. Is that clear? First step, what I have to do, whichever library I want to use. If I want to use Pandas library, so I have to import the corresponding library. So I am just importing Pandas as PD. Then using the Pandas object, that is the alias name pd dot, I have to call the corresponding data structure. So I am just calling the series data structure and within simple bracket, open bracket and close bracket. And I am just printing this empty series. So an empty series has been created and what is the data type here? It is of floating point type. So instead of empty series, so I can pass an array as an input. So import Pandas as PD, import Numpy as NP. After doing this, I can just create an array using Numpy. np.arrayof. So what I am trying to do here, T R. So I am just creating an array of elements. R, S and then T. So I am just creating an Y. So I am just creating an array of elements and I can pass this array as an input to my Pandas object. For example, PD dot, what I am trying to do here, I am trying to create a series. I am passing this array 1 as an input to my series. So what I am trying to do here, I am trying to print this array at the output. It will take some time, so it is executing. So what I am trying to do here, first I have to import the corresponding library. So in order to use any of the functionalities of Pandas or Numpy or whichever library I want to use, so what is the first step I have to do? So I have to import the corresponding library. So I am just importing Pandas as PD and then I am importing Numpy as NP. Then I am creating an array. So whichever inbuilt functionalities, so this is called as an alias name. So PD is the alias name for Pandas and NP is the alias name for Numpy. So using the Numpy object, that is the alias name NP dot array of. So within simple bracket and square bracket, I am storing some elements within single quotes. So I am passing this array as an input to my series. PD dot series. So whichever data structure I want to call, so I have to call the corresponding data structure. So I am passing this array as an input to my series. So you can see here a series will be printed here. You are clear with these two examples what it is doing? Is that clear? So if you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning. You can register for data science internship program. So coupon code is data DSC, welcome DSC. So if you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning. You can register for data science internship program. So the coupon code is welcome DSC. So the internship, once you register for internship, so you can attend the hackathon which is going to happen on Sunday. So if you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning and you can register for data science internship program. The coupon code is welcome DSC. Is that clear? So I am just continuing. So series is a very powerful library. So it is a one-dimensional data structure that is available. And what are all the other type of elements that can be passed as an input to my series? So first I just passed I created an empty series and then I created an array using Numpy object and an array is passed as an input to my series. And what are all the other types of inputs that can be given as an input to my series? So what is the first step I have to do? So I have to import the corresponding library. So I am just importing Pandas as PD and then I am importing Numpy as NP. So what is the first step I have to do? So I have to import the corresponding library. After importing the corresponding library, np dot array of. So I am just creating an array within simple bracket and square bracket. I am storing some 4 elements inside my array. So within single quotes, I am storing some 4 elements within my array. So this is the syntax for creating an array. So whichever inbuilt functionalities of Numpy I want to use, np dot array of. So I am just calling an array within simple bracket and square bracket. I am storing some 4 elements inside my array. So each and every element is enclosed within single quotes. They are being separated by comma. It is stored in the variable called data. And using Pandas object, that is the alias name PD dot, I am calling a series data structure which is available. So I am passing this data as an input to my series and I can customize my row index using the index parameter that is available. So I can do any sort of customization. Say for example, I have to change the roll number of 4 students. Say for example, they are leaving some, so they have graduated and they are leaving. So I have to delete the roll numbers or I have to add some roll numbers. So whatever type of customization I have to perform. So what do you mean by data science? So I am just analyzing the data from various perspectives and I am going to make some important predictions. S, Akila, Pandas and Numpy are libraries. Is that clear? Numpy means numerical Python. Sweta. So I will be discussing with you about Numpy in my later sessions. So firstly, I am just discussing with you about the Pandas library. So what are all the different types of functionalities that are available in the Pandas library? So this is one more type of customization that can be performed using Pandas. So whichever functionalities of Pandas I want to use, I have to use the alias name. Within square bracket, I can give the corresponding row indices. So I am giving 10, 11, 12 and then 13. So I am printing this at the output. Is that clear? So what are the different types? So instead of the default row indices 0, 1, 2 and 3, I can customize my row indices using the index parameter which is available. And what are all the other types of inputs? So firstly, I was just discussing, right? An empty series can be created and then an array can be given as an input to my series And what are the other types of inputs? A dictionary can be given as an input to my series. So all these are the different types of inputs that can be given as an input to my series. So whenever I am passing this array data as an input, so I have to customize my row index using the index parameter which is available. And I can pass a dictionary as an input to my array series. So what I am doing here, so in order to use any library, if I want to use Pandas or if I want to use Numpy, so whichever library I want to use, so what is the first step I have to do? I have to import the corresponding library. So I am just importing Pandas as PD. So I am just importing Numpy as NP. So I have to import the corresponding library and within curly brace. So each and every key is enclosed within single quotes colon the corresponding value. So within B key colon the corresponding value and within C key colon the corresponding value. So I am storing a dictionary of key value pairs. They are being enclosed within curly braces. And using the Pandas object, again, whichever functionalities of Pandas I want to use, I have to use the corresponding Pandas object, that is the alias name, pd.series. So whichever data structure I want to create, so using dot operator, I am just calling the series data structure which is available. So I am passing this dictionary data as an input to my series and it will be printed at the output. So you are clear with these two examples what I am trying to do here. Here I am, while passing the input data, I am trying to customize my row index using the index parameter which is available. And in my next example, a dictionary of values, a key value pair is being generated and a dictionary is passed as an input to my series. So let me just illustrate in Jupyter notebook. So what I am trying to do here. So first I have to import the corresponding library. Import Pandas as PD. Import Numpy as NP. After doing this, np.arrayof. So what I am trying to do here. So I am just creating an array. For example, I am storing some numbers inside, numbers or strings or whatever you want you can store. Say for example, I am storing some 4 strings in my array. P, O, S and then E. So I have to enclose this within single quotes. So each and every character should be enclosed within single quotes. And what I am trying to do here, using Pandas object, that is an alias name. So I am just creating a series. I am passing this as an array and there is an index parameter in order to customize my row indices. So 10, 11, 12 and then 13. So I am printing this at the output. Is that clear what I am trying to do here? So while passing the data, so first I am creating, as I told you, right, if I want to use any of the functionalities of Pandas or Numpy, so I have to use the corresponding alias name, np.arrayof. So within simple bracket and square bracket, I am storing some 4 elements inside my array. And using Pandas object, that is the alias name, pd.seriesof. So I am passing this as an input. Along with there is an index parameter in order to customize my row indices. So index equal to, within square bracket, I have to give the corresponding row indices. So you can see here my row indices are changed here. So is that clear? I can do different types of customization as per my requirement. And what is the one more thing I discussed with you? So I can pass a dictionary as an input. So import Pandas as PD. After doing this, I am just creating a dictionary. So PD, so what I am trying to do here, key value pairs. Say for example under P key, so I am just storing the value as 1 and under QH key, so I am storing the value as 89 and then under L key, I am just storing the value as some other thing, 90. So I am storing these values. And next step what I am trying to do here, I am trying to create a sample series. So equal to what I am trying to do here, pd dot whichever data structure I want to create, I have to call the corresponding data structure. And I am passing this dictionary as an input and SAM seed. Am I making sense what I am trying to do here? So you can see here the corresponding keys. They are taken as the corresponding row indices and the corresponding values are stored as series elements. You are clear what I am trying to do here? So I am just creating a dictionary, that is key value pairs. So under each and every key, it is enclosed within single quotes, colon, the corresponding value. So they are being separated by comma. They are enclosed within curly braces. And using Pandas object, that is the alias name, pd dot whichever data structure. So if I want to create a series, I have to call the corresponding data structure. So I am passing this dictionary as an input and it will be printed at the output. So you are clear with this example? Till this part, whatever I am discussing, is that clear to everybody? So what are the different types of inputs that can be given as an input to my series? So all these are the different types of elements that can be given as an input to my series. So this is one more example. So similar to arrays, while I was passing arrays, I can customize my row index, right? So similarly, when I am passing a dictionary, I can customize my row index using the index parameter which is available. So what I am trying to do here? So let me try one more example. So what I am trying to do here? First, I need to import the corresponding library. So I am just importing Pandas as PD. Then what I am trying to do here? So I am just trying to create a dictionary. So under O key, so I am giving the value as 12. Under L key, so I am giving the value as 14. And under Y key, I am just giving the value as 16. So I am giving different values. I am storing some different values. And what I am trying to do here? So Pandas series. So what I am doing? So I am just giving as pans here. So using pd dot, I am just creating a series. I am passing this dictionary and I can customize my row index using the index parameter which is available. So whichever index I want to give, say for example, I am giving some different indices. Say for example, pi1, pi2 and then pi3. Is that to do here? And then I am printing this at the output. So what I am trying to do here? So if there are any index values, it will fetch. Otherwise, null will be given here. So is that clear what I am trying to do here? So while passing the dictionary elements, I can give my own indices. If the corresponding keys are available, the values will be printed. Otherwise, NaN values will be printed here. So if instead of pi1, so if I am going to give as O, L and then Y, so you will be getting this output. So you are clear with all these examples. So whatever I am discussing so far, is that clear to everybody? So what do you mean by series data structure? So what are all the different types of elements that can be given, types of inputs that can be given as an input to my series? So each and every time, so whichever data structure I want to call, using the Pandas object, that is the alias name, using dot operator, I have to call the corresponding data structure. And I have to pass this as an input, and along with index, I can customize parameter which is available. So index equal to, within square bracket, I can customize my row indices. Is that clear? So with this I am just stopping today. So till this part, whatever I have discussed, if you have any doubts, you can just ask me. So if you are interested, you can go to Pantech e-learning. You can register for data science internship program, series and array. So arrays, series we are using in Python. So array we are using in some other language. Both refer to same Mahadev. So both are single dimensional collection of similar group of elements. Yes, it can have indices. Panel is a less frequently used data structure. So mainly I will be discussing what is essential for data science. I will be discussing with you about data frames in detail, series and data frame. Series and array, they refer the same. They are going to be like similar data, similar ones. So that is the reason I compared those two. Numpy, it stands for numerical Python. For doing any kind of mathematical operations, you require this Numpy library. So as I was telling you, right? So the default data type is floating, Brinda. Any more doubts? Normal array. See, the array function, it is available in Numpy library. So that is why I am using Numpy. Is that clear? Any more doubts? Series is a data structure, single dimensional data structure. Any more doubts? Pandas library, Amulya. Till now I was discussing about Pandas library only, right? So what do you mean by Pandas library? What are all the important functionalities? Tuple is nothing but a collection of different types of elements is called as a tuple. Which one you want me to explain? My chat box is rolling fast. Which one you want me to explain? How to access data using dictionary? Using the keys you can just access. So next I'll be discussing with you about accessing. So first I'm just telling what are the different types of inputs that can be given. So next I'll be discussing with you about accessing the elements. How I can access the elements. Is that clear? It is not available in Pandas library. Array is available only in Numpy library. We have to import the corresponding library. So in order to use any of the functionalities of any libraries, I have to import the corresponding library. Pradeep Kumar, for doing any kind of mathematical operations, I require the Numpy library. Alias name. So whenever I want to call any of the inbuilt functions that is available in Pandas, so I have to go for the alias name. Is that clear? Any more doubts? So if I want to, any more doubts? Data frame I will be discussing. Series, see, so far I was discussing with you about series, right? What is the use of series? Here this is an example of series. So if I want to print that is a series of elements. So a single dimensional data structure. This is what is called as a series. Any more doubts? It is the variable name, Vasavi, SAM series. So I have given the variable name as SAM series. It is the name of the variable. My chat box is rolling fast. Any more doubts? Which one you want me to explain? Last example. See what I am trying to do here. So instead of default row indices, I can customize my row indices. Am I making sense? So if the corresponding row index are available, it will be printed. Say for example, instead of O, L and P if I am giving. So P key is not default row indices. I can customize my own row indices using the index parameter which is available. Array and list. So as I was telling you, right, list is mutable. So array is a collection of homogeneous collection of elements. List is a heterogeneous collection of elements. Numpy library I'll be telling you. So if you are interested, if you want my notes, lecture videos, you can just go to pantechelearning. You can register for data science internship program. So if you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning. You can register for data science internship program. So welcome DSC. This is the coupon code. So if you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning. You can register for data science internship program. Alright. Any more doubts? Pandas. So as I was telling you, right, Numpy stands for numerical Python. Pandas, for doing any kind of data manipulation task, I require Pandas. Yes, with the help of series can be given as an input to my data frame. So when I was discussing with you about data frame, I will be discussing in detail what are the different types of inputs. So similar to series, different types of inputs can be given as an input to my data frame. Any more doubts? So Bharat Kumar, if you are interested, if you want my notes, if you want my lecture videos, so you can go to Pantech e-learning. You can register for data science internship program. So PAN series. So this is a variable name, Shant Kumar. So all those are variable names. I am giving different variable names. That's it. So if you are interested, you can go to Pantech e-learning. Which libraries, as I was telling you, right? I require these 5 important libraries. Pandas, Numpy, Matplotlib, SKLearn, and then Seaborn Library. So all these are the important libraries I require. So all these are the important libraries I require for doing any kind of data science development. Float 64, it is the default data type. Is that clear? Example for series, I was telling you, right? So whenever I want to store a collection of different types of elements, so I can go for a series. So far I was telling you about series, right? So if I want to store a collection of numbers, or if I want to store some other values, so collection of different types, collection of, say for example, strings, I can go for a series. Is that clear? Yes, K1 means variable name, Lalita. Yes, it depends. So floating point, it is the default data type it is giving. That's it. Any more doubts? Control learner, yes, the syntax more or less it remains this, that is the different libraries. So based on the functionalities you are using, the parameters may differ. So for example, if I am using some algorithms are available in SKLearn Library. So if I am using to use some train test split module, the parameters differ. So when I am dealing with the algorithms part, you will understand this in a better way. Library functions, you can just Google out. So when you go to Google, you can find what are all the different libraries that are available. Any more doubts? Any more doubts? So gaming, if you are interested, you can go to Pantech e-learning. You can register for data science internship program. Pansir, I just gave a variable name. So all these are variable names. So I have given my own variable name. That's it. So Pansir, I am just giving Panda series. So I am just giving my variable name. That's it. Any more doubts? So I am just denoting this as floating point. So I am just giving this dot. So it will be printed as floating points. So without dot, even if you can give. Alright, so I have just given it as floating panel Usharani. So it is a less frequently used data structure. Just I am saying what are the different data structures that are available in Pandas library. So data frame is the most frequently used data structure and panel is the less frequently used data structure. So whatever is essential for data science, I am just covering. Any more doubts? So if you are interested in my lecturing, so if you want to get the IPYNB files, how the projects are being developed, so you can go to Pantech e-learning. You can register for data science internship program. Alright. So you'll be getting access. Python is simple language. Yes, Python is simpler control learner. When compared to other languages, Python is simpler. So for doing any kind of predictive analytics, I can go for Python language. Pansir, it is a variable name. Alright. Any more doubts? So Padmaja, so if you are interested, you can go to Pantech e-learning. You can register for data science internship program. So you'll be getting access to the IPYNB files, how the codes are being developed. So you'll be getting more hands-on experience and classroom instructions. So if you are interested, you can go to Pantech e-learning. You can register for data science internship program. So data frame, it is a type of data structure. So tabular data structure, they are called as data frames. I'll be discussing. So if you want, you have to use the corresponding variable name and you have to use the index location. I'll be telling you how to access a specific element. Is that clear? Panel, so whatever is essential for data science, I am just discussing. So if you want more details, you can go to Pantech e-learning. You can register for data science. Yes. data science internship program. NaN, if the corresponding value for the key is not available, you will be getting an NaN value. See, at the p value, no value is available. So if the corresponding value is not available, you will be getting an NaN value. Is that clear? Data science. So once you register, you will be getting more details. Any more doubts? Work on series. So as I was telling you, right, it's a data structure. So you can store some elements, you can add, you can retrieve some elements. All these are the different types of operations that can be performed on a series. How to save a file? File, go save as. You can just save this as an IPYNB file. Any more doubts? Any more doubts? Yes, whatever you are giving at the corresponding key, whatever values are present, it will be displayed. For example, I am giving here, so at L1412, so it will be coming like this. So at the corresponding key, whichever elements are there, it will be fetched and it will be displayed at the output. Yes, I was discussing about tuples, Hemant, right? Yes, data frame is the most essential data structure, Akila. Any more doubts? So KPS, if you are interested, you can go to Pantech e-learning. You can register for data science internship program. So you'll be getting access to the IPYNB files, how the codes are being developed. You'll be getting more hands-on experience and classroom instructions will be given. So if you are interested, you can go to Pantech e-learning and you can register for data science internship program. Alright. So if you are interested, as I was telling you, right, you can go to Pantech e-learning and you can register for data science internship program. So coupon, welcome DSC is the coupon code. So you can go to Pantech e-learning and you can register for data science internship program. Am I making sense? So Harivarma, Pandas and Numpy are important libraries. That is why we are using Pandas and Numpy. Available functions in Numpy, you can just Google out, you will know. So you can go for Jupyter Notebook, Mohit. It is good for practicing data science. Is the first variable always capital after dot? It is not essential, control learner. Essentially a capital letter. It is not essentially going to be a capital letter. Which one you are asking? So I have just given. So it is not going to be essentially a capital letter or a small letter. That doesn't make sense. So it is not case sensitive. So it doesn't require that it should be a capital letter or a small letter. Any more doubts? So what you are doing here? So I am just customizing my row indices. So instead of this keys, I can give some other keys. So I can customize my row indices while passing this dictionary data. So instead of the default keys, I can customize my own keys. So in the correct order, so if I want to print in some other rearranged order, so 14 needs to come first. Say for example, if I am not giving this, it will be printed in this default order. So if I want to customize, I can have an index parameter. So I can customize my row index using the index parameter that is available. Am I making sense? Anjali. Anjali Pansir, I am saying to you, is this clear? Yes, Sudhakar, this is Python language. Yes, Sudhakar, this is Python language. So is this clear? So whatever I am teaching, is this clear to everybody? Index. So I can customize my row index using the index parameter which is available. So what are the different things I am doing here? First, I need to import the corresponding library. So I am just importing Pandas as PD and I am just importing Numpy as NP. Then using the Numpy object np.arrayof. So within simple bracket and square bracket, I am storing some 4 elements inside my array. Then using the Pandas object, that is the alias name, pd.seriesof. So I am just calling a series data structure. So I am passing this jk as an input and I can customize my row indices. So while passing this array as an input, I can customize my row indices using the index parameter which is available. So index equal to within square bracket, I can just customize my row indices. Is that clear what I am trying to do here? What is the use of index parameter? No, you have to use only capital S. It is because the data structure goes like this, control learner, you can go with small s. Dictionary, you can declare the elements separately. If you want to pass a dictionary as an input, you have to give the entire dictionary as an input. Any more doubts? No, you control learner, you can't do so. This is the inbuilt syntax that is available. So you have to give capital S. You can't give small s. Any more doubts? So if you are interested, line 8, which one you are asking, Sailata? Which one you are asking? Please point out. I am not able to get you. Which one you are asking? Difference between alias and numpy. Alias names. So if I want to use any of the functionalities of pandas or numpy, I have to use the corresponding alias name. Any more doubts? Which one you are asking? 10, 12. I am not able to get you. So all these are corresponding row indices I am giving. So if I don't give, it will be by default 0, 1, 2 and 3. So instead of that, I can customize my row indices. I can give 10, 11, 12 and then 13. See, Dharini, I am going to cover majorly about data science. So I won't give elaborate descriptions. Alright. So I am going to cover major topics of data science. So I am just giving the basics of all these libraries and then I will be going deeper into the subject, data science subject. Is that clear? Which one beside of import you are asking? This is the alias name. All these are inputs. It is the default, it is in Jupyter notebook, input 3. So this is input 1, line 1, input 2, line, and input 3, third code cell. Alright, this is inbuilt. So you don't need to worry about this. Any more doubts? Series is a single dimensional data structure, Raj, whereas data frame is a two-dimensional data structure. No. Whichever functionalities are available, you have to use. The data structure is available only in Pandas, Lalita. You can't go for series in NP. Numpy means numerical Python. Index is a reserved keyword. Yes, you can keep. Yes. It is a parameter that is I am having. In order to customize, yes, it is a reserved keyword. In order to customize my row index, I can go for an index keyword that is available. Any more doubts? Yes, whichever index you want, you can write control learner. But you have to enclose ABCD within single quotes. Any more doubts? Numpy, as I was telling you, Bala, right, for performing numerical operations, I require numerical Python Numpy. And Pandas, for doing any kind of data manipulation operation, I require Pandas. Yes, control learner, you can write. In whichever way you want to customize your row index, you can customize your row indices. Yes, I will be teaching about Numpy as well. Any more doubts? Yes, series and data frame are two different data structures. Which one you are asking, Upendra Rai? So first I told you, right, if you want to create an empty data structure, you can go for like this without using Numpy. So an empty series can be created like this. Any more doubts? Any more? Yes, I will be teaching about Numpy as well. Any more doubts? Sudhakar, if you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning. You can register for data science internship program. So you will be getting access to the IPYNB files, how the codes are being developed, more hands-on experience and classroom instructions will be given. So if you are interested, you can go to pantechelearning and you can register for data science internship program. Yes, you can use names as well. Whichever way of collections you want, you can. Any more doubts? If you are interested, you can go to Pantech e-learning. You can register. Priyadashini, if you are interested, you can go to Pantech e-learning. You can register for data science internship program. Alright. So you'll be getting access to the IPYNB files. Series is a data structure which is available in Pandas control learner. So I am going for the Pandas object, whereas array is available in Numpy. Am I making sense? Any more doubts? Which one you want me to repeat, Anjali? Any more doubts? Control learner, is that clear? Whichever things are available in whichever library you have to use. So series is a data structure which is available in Pandas. Array is available in Numpy. Any more doubts? Vijay Kumar, if you are interested, if you want my PPTs, lecture notes, so how the codes are being developed, so you can go to Pantech e-learning. You can register for data science internship program. So you'll be getting access to the IPYNB files, how the codes are being developed. So more hands-on experience and classroom instructions will be given. So you can go to Pantech e-learning and you can register for data science internship program. Any more doubts? So I hope I'm clear with my topics. So tomorrow I'll just continue with Pandas and we'll see the remaining things. Any more doubts? Any more doubts? No, series you have to use capital letter control learner. So whichever is the syntax I have to follow, right? So this is an inbuilt function that is available. So I am using capital S. Alright, control learner. So Kumar, once you register for internship, you will be getting about the cost details and everything. So if you are interested, you can go to Pantech e-learning. You can register for data science internship program. Alright. So how to download Anaconda Navigator, I was telling you, right? Yes, Priyadashini, you can go for names. So whatever you want to store, you can store. Any more doubts? So Anaconda Navigator, if you want to download, so you can go to Google, just type Anaconda Navigator. So once you give Anaconda Navigator download, so this is an individual edition. So you can just download Anaconda Navigator. So once you click the download button, so it will be downloaded. Just follow the instructions, the dialog box, and then you click the finish button. Is that clear how to download Anaconda Navigator? And then you go to start. So Windows, you can go for Anaconda Navigator. So this is the home screen of Anaconda. So you have different options like Jupyter Lab, Jupyter Notebook. So once you click the launch button, so my Jupyter Notebook, my home screen looks like this. And there is a different option. Once you go for new Python 3 notebook, so a Python 3 notebook will be opened here. So is that clear? Is that clear? Any more doubts? Any more doubts? See, control learner, you have to follow the syntax. Alright. So this is an inbuilt data structure I am having. So I am just giving. Panel is a very less frequently used. For data science, we don't require. So data frame is the frequently popularly used data structure for data science development. Pip install, just now I told you, Vinod, right? Yes, I'll just inquire regarding increasing the class hours. Any more doubts? Any more doubts? So if you are interested, you can go to Pantech e-learning. You can register for data science internship program. So you'll be getting access to the IPYNB files, how the codes are being developed. So more hands-on experience and classroom instructions will be given. So once you register, you can attend the hackathon, which is going to happen every Sunday. And please hurry up. The internship offers, it is going to end by 23rd. So if you are interested, index, it is used for changing, customizing my row index. Any more doubts? Data structures, Ashwin. So how I'm organizing my data? So I have to organize my data for doing any kind of predictions, right? So this is what is called as a data structure. Every data, it is going to have some specific structure. So this is what is called as data structure. So am I making sense? All right then. So remaining things, we will see tomorrow. Same time, same link. Thank you all.